Today, we're looking at a question: is there an AI bubble? The term bubble relates to other investments, and of course, the term bubble says it's going to burst. There's going to be something very dramatic happening in the near future. This is an economic term that has been used for real estate, but also for technology investment. One of the key examples that is still in people of my age, we all know about the internet bubble. There was overinvestment in the 2001, and people believed that everything was possible on the internet, and it led to a lot of disappointment, and a lot of money was lost because investors didn't really understand the limitation of the potential of the internet. They saw a lot of possibilities, and frankly, a lot of founders abused the investors' ignorance in technology. And they got a lot of money that led to nowhere, and a lot of startups ran out of money, ran out of funding, and the 10x, 20x, 100x investments didn't happen for a lot of investors. So suddenly, investors decided that they don't want to put money on the internet anymore, and it became extremely difficult for internet companies to raise money. Now, the thing is, we are still using the internet today. So the internet bubble didn't mean that the internet stopped. Same thing about AI. It's not because there's a bubble, if there is one, that AI is going away, that AI is not a useful technology. So to understand a little bit deeper what is happening with the AI bubble and what are the arguments for and against, I use my research assistant. So this research assistant is one of the AI that we developed at System in Motion to help us go on the internet, figure out what is there, what are the different opinions, summarize them. And most importantly, our assistant is giving us references. So for every paragraph that we have here, we have at the bottom of the paragraph the link to the original article where the information is coming from. Every time you use a research assistant, you use knowledge base, you use web search into using an AI, you want to see and you want to know what are the sources of information. This is the only way you can shield yourself from using AI and having hallucination come out of the AI. If there is a link, that means this particular agent or this particular assistant or this particular AI tool is giving you information that is coming from the right place. And most importantly, as you, the user, you have to decide if these sources are credible. So the conversation, is it credible? Yes, it is credible. All about AI, I'm not so sure. I will need to have a look at it. CBS News, as a news media, it's a big news media, it is there. And something is true for every single paragraph and every single sources. So what did my AI tell me? It told me it's a great AI debate. Yes. So this first introduction gives me background information. The AI sector has seen unprecedented investment, soaring valuation. This is what I just explained. It's giving me context, pulling out from these three articles. I knew that, I can move on. Second one, the cause for the AI bubble. There, very importantly, the AI is starting to give me numbers. Again, be very cautious about the numbers that are coming out. Where are they coming from? So these numbers, a good chunk of them are coming from the CBS News article. So if I go to this article, I click on it and I look for these numbers, yes, I found these numbers. Now, are they true? The AI doesn't know. The AI is pulling up from the CBS News article. If the journalists pull out the wrong numbers, the AI has no way and will not be able to tell me, oh, be careful, those numbers are wrong. So again, trust its source of information. What is coming out? It's coming out that the 7 tech giants, Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, Meta, are representing 47% of the S&P 500. So something is happening. It's not only startup the way it was for the internet bubble. Now it's retail money. It's all the investors' money, and these companies are concentrating a lot of money and a lot of market cap. Yeah. Which also means that when there's something happening, then there's a dip in the market. So the AI bubble really ties to the stock market, ties to investment money flowing through and value being created or destroyed whenever there's a big AI news that is happening. Either positive or negative, it will have a major impact on the stock market. And again, it has nothing to do with the technology. This is not a reflection of is AI good, is AI bad, is AI efficient, not efficient. It's the perception from the stock market, from the investors, from the analysts in the banks that this is going to make us money or it's not going to make us money. Is this the 10x, the next 10x, 20x? Is it going to multiply my investment by 10 or 20 or 100? Or is it just 5% return year on year on? Yeah. So this is where there are warning signs on the AI bubble. Now, the next paragraph that the AI pulled out was about the mismatch between the demand and the supply. There is a lot of investment again, and these big investments that are AI related are going into data center. They're going into electricity production. They're going into hardware, chip manufacturing. All these may not reflect the real demand that there is today for AI and the actual demand that is sustainable. There are two types of demand for AI. There's the B2C case, so consumer. I'm using AI on my phone. I'm taking a funny picture, using AI to modify it. I want to write a poem. I want to do something personal using that AI for my personal life. And then there are B2B cases. B2B cases, as a CEO of a company, I'm using AI for strategy. I'm using AI for basically everything, for preparing, in that case, using an AI agent researcher to prepare that video, to find information, because this is going to generate more money. You know, this is a marketing effort. Hopefully, a lot of people are going to look at it. They will think, I know something about AI, and maybe one of you is going to purchase a training down the road. So for B2C cases, it relates more to entertainment, or how do you spend your time? And AI is competing with social media. Am I going to spend time on Instagram or Facebook, or am I going to spend time on AI? Am I going to gain new knowledge, or I'm just going to have fun? And for these B2C cases, the infrastructure requirements are very large, but the value is not there. How much are you going to pay to have your own GPT if it's just for fun, if it's just for entertainment? Are you going to really purchase this, or do you expect it to be free as is Instagram and Facebook? Because again, this is the economy of attention. Where am I going to spend my time? I'm going to scroll down on Facebook, or I'm going to use AI. For the B2B side, it's completely different. For B2B side, we're looking at return. And companies are willing to pay, and by paying, they will finance the infrastructure if there is a return on investment, if my employees are using AI. These are increasingly good. We are seeing that. All of our customers are coming to us because they want an agent, because they want their employees to be more efficient, because they want to drive more insight from the information they have in their company. So the key is really how much of this infrastructure is for B2C, how much is for B2B. Is it going to be a Facebook kind of model where the B2B side is financing the three application of Facebook for B2C? And this is where the question is at. Of course, our research agent find that very famous MIT study that find that 95% of the companies are achieving no return, no measurable value, but they still continue to invest. They continue to invest also for fear of missing out, because your competitor is using AI today, or you believe your competitor is using AI today. This is not a very good argument, because the race is real in every industry to be integrating AI, to be sure that I stay in the game in my own industry. Digging a little bit deeper, and there's a lot there that has been pulled out by my research. I don't want to make that video too long. Two key points that are coming out from these sources, from these articles. The first one, which is from BlackRock, a very, very, very big financial institution, and they're also drawing parallel between the internet bust, internet bubble, and the AI bubble, and the possible AI bust. And they are saying here that there's a very big difference between the 1990s, where the equity market was fueled by speculation, inflow, and retail exuberance, meaning that the investors were not savvy enough in the technology, and they were seeing something they had never seen before. But today's investors appear to be more disciplined. This will be the key to know if the bubble is going to burst or not burst. Are the investors, are the major companies, major banks, major investment company, are they educating themselves on AI? If they are, they will understand the limitation, and they will not invest in crazy projects that pretends that AI is magical and they're going to raise, and then this money are not going to be raised on, let's call them stupid projects, smoke and mirrors of people trying to raise money from ignorance for investors. If investors are really educating themselves in AI, they will not make the mistakes of the 90s and the 2000s, and they will not invest on projects that don't make sense. This is going to be critical. I believe it is. I'm personally training a very large investment bank on AI, and I will explain to them where they should invest their money and what they need to look for, which are kind of like red flags of projects that are not solid enough and that will not create enough value on top of the AI. And another article there was looking more on the other side from Yale at the AI bubble. They say that it's human nature. Looking back at history and a very old psychological book that was written long ago, was looking at the psychology of crowd. So even before the internet bubble, one of the famous crowd madness was the Dutch Tulip mania, which was a real bubble where investors lost a lot of money because they were buying tulips, and also the obsession with gold and transportation of gold. All these things are really human nature. So this is why the AI bubble can be real if humans are greedy. But again, it doesn't define the technology. It's all about human psychology. It's all about greed, and it's all about lack of understanding of the technology. So please, if you're an investor, educate yourself. Understand what is AI. Use AI every day to understand what it's good at, what it's not good at, so you don't invest your money in the wrong tech, in the wrong startup. Thank you for your attention. If you want more information about the AI, about the economy of AI, about the various parts of the AI value chain, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you soon in the next video.